I think there's a really interesting story to be told about diversity on primetime television. There's all this talk this award season for the Oscars about the lack of diversity in the Oscars race. In many ways, television is so much further ahead than other mediums. Tell me about what your strategy was when you came into ABC now 5 years ago almost?
Nearly 5 years.
To diversify the primetime programs.
Well, we certainly felt from the very beginning that we wanted to reflect America. I mean, if you think about it, the demographic changes are just as important to television as they are to the political landscape.
It sounds so simple, and yet there wasn't as much of it as you might have thought there'd be.
We've put faces on ABC that really reflect the country. I mean, look at Kerry Washington, look at Lana Parrilla, look at Sofia Vergara. And when you look at the incredibly powerful voice of Shonda Rhimes, if you look at the voices behind Black-ish and Cristela and Fresh Off the Boat, all of them extraordinarily powerful shows. They're very specific, they're very authentic, and they're also brilliant shows. And it's one of the reasons why we're winning on Thursday and on Friday and all the way through the week. It's been very good for us.
Do you think there's been a wake-up call this year in the television industry about the value of having diverse casts?
We try to pick up the best shows we can. We try to speak to the power of our brand, which is an emotional, sophisticated brand, and we've had a lot of success with it. I really can't talk to the other networks, but I know that that's a policy that's worked for us strongly. It's a good strategy for us.
Do you sense, you know, in the trade magazines and the newspapers you read, that there's been that wake-up call at other networks?
Look, I think whenever there's success, everybody pays attention.
Right, you look at the biggest new shows of the year, and it's How to Get Away with Murder, and it's Empire, and it's Black-ish, and all of them have high concentrations of African-American viewers.
It's fantastic to see how much success we're having for the shows you're talking about, for Scandal and for How to Get Away with Murder. We pick up the best shows we can, and we also try to stay ahead of the curve. We see ABC as a very contemporary brand, and so we like to shake it up a little bit, and we've done that every year, and it's worked for us. You know, it's a risky business. You launch a lot of shows, and so the best thing to do is to break some rules and to back the shows that are great.
American Crime is going to come out in March, right after How to Get Away with Murder ends, and this is also a very diverse program.
Phone, I'm your father. I want to know what's going on in your life. You treat us like...
American Crime is an extraordinary piece of television. It's written by John Ridley, who wrote 12 Years a Slave, and I could not be more proud of it. And it really deals with the themes of our country. I mean, it talks about family and faith and race and class in a way that I think is extraordinary, and I can't wait to see what people think of it.
Fresh Off the Boat's gotten a lot of attention for having the first Asian American family at its core in 20 years on network TV. that number has been put out there a lot. Why is that? Why do you think it took 20 years to see another show like that on network TV?
Well, I can't speak for, you know, before I was in the job. What I can speak to is we found this book by Eddie Wong. It was a fantastic book. It spoke to us because we tell stories of families. We think it's a great show, and by the way, superbly well acted too.